That's what we see Jay-Z has done. That's what we see Puff has done. The music don't become how you pay the bills. It's a lot of pressure off of it. You got other things bringing in income, you can make music.
This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face. Like what the fuck is going on? Who told you that song and did you know all along? And why did your bitch sell that painting 2 weeks after he was gone? I'm gonna tell you what it feels like. It feels a little fishy. Feels like something's going on ever since that John Legend song and Khaled's prediction of a Grammy. If you ask me, I can't stand him. Seems a little weird. Question number 1, why is there no blood? Question number 2, Sam left in the AM is true, but you're talking about the shits all up in the afternoon. Don't trip, we're gonna find out the truth soon. Who did what to who? Did they plan to eat the chili fries or was it just a surprise? Can you see the lies of witness in a cowboy's eyes? Are we gonna just sit here and forget? Are we gonna ride like Nip said? It's a little weird that the judge quit, handing out immunities like candy makes me sick. I got a lot of unanswered questions like, why is the footage all grit and I can't see shit? Who the fuck is that white man in that white BMW? Probably was the FBI. Yeah, I noticed that white guy, and I noticed the car wasn't in the pictures when they showed them afterwards. They thought we would forget, they got that shit backwards. They weren't expecting me to drop this track and raise all these questions with my Mac words. I'm really mobbing through LA smoking backwoods. I've been doing this shit all my life. TMC, AMI. You might just see an empty parking lot when you ride by. Well, me, I see way more. I see an independently owned store. I see the community taking power back, whether you're white, Mexican, Asian, or black. As long as you're not blue. Good ones, there might be a few, but from my life experience, I'm like, fuck that. I'm not defending Eric, but what's the fucking delay? They requested a quick trial, it's been over 800 days. They try to distract us in so many clever, creative ways. Yeah, you got your Grammy, and now you're a billionaire. But what about the families that are still living there? Seems a little unfair, just a little something to compare. I never seen a fireman wearing a bulletproof vest. Yes, the shit to me seems a little suspect. The shit's a little weird. Crisis actors taking away our fathers, making our child some bastards, killing creative men and women for their masters. The waves that Nip wrote in, you didn't know when it began. A bunch of new chapters, you didn't think about what would happen after. We would put the pieces together on your transparent bullshit. I can see right through it, like the clear blue sky in the LA sunny weather, where the palm trees swing side to side and we ride together on a white horse or a double R hearse in a foreign car. Either way, you gotta be on guard, because they're on tap for anyone who's brown or black with tats. Everybody sees it, but nobody wants to attack. It's sad if you ask, we all gotta blast back. We're in the game, though we can't touch the ball. Seems a little unfair if you ask me, that's all. So take your ignorant ass to YouTube and type in Tanique Reviews to get the real news. We're doing the shit for justice, not views. Sharing knowledge and coming together, that's the real tool. He tried to lead us to the lake, so don't sleep on the knowledge that he gave to me and you. He wanted us to learn from his mistakes, so with our new knowledge, good decisions we could make. And also one thing I wanted to say myself, they killed Dr. Sebi because he was teaching health. Assassins, they come in all shapes and sizes, big booties, hips and thighs. Oh, your Diddy's girl, right? Oh yeah, John Legend, some things happen at your video shoot. I got a couple questions for you. All those strings you pulled, you still can't make a rap hit. You punk ass little bitch, you probably got a little dick. All the shit that you have to did. This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face. This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face.
What up, everybody in the chat? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to Kia Jordan. How you doing, Kia? Peace be multiplied. Good morning to Lisa Jackson. Good morning. Yes, this is definitely tragic. This is some of the reason why I got tired of blogging on YouTube and doing some of the blogs that I was doing. And this just reminded me of why I was glad to take a long vacation from it and starting to do this. Good morning, Lisa Allen up in the building. Look at that. Got one of my favorite girls up in here, definitely. And this was just extremely sad to me, for a number of reasons. Let alone being a parent who's actually lost a 6-year-old due to violence and killed. But this is just ridiculous, completely ridiculous. And I guess let me just get this in the way. Everything on this podcast is alleged and used for entertainment, spiritual, religious, and educational purposes. Get that in the way. I guess one of the other things that kind of bother me is, unlike most people, I'm not one of those people who just jump on a story for the first day because somebody died. I'm not going to just jump on it the first day. If I'm going to do that story, I'm going to wait and kind of, research that story. And my Lucius 071 in the building as well, over the road. That's it. I'm going to wait and kind of research that story. You can tell that some people don't do research. You just grab a paper clip and then just start to speaking whatever they feel, but don't do any research on this stuff. And I think before I do anything, I want to take a look at it and see, even if um, I want to report on it or whatever it may be. But the things about this, you have to be cautious because was talking to somebody in Forest Hill where this occurred at Texas uh, on this morning, and they were kind of like, I guess the Forest Hill Police Department has like been doing like a really great job. I say that because in the year of 2024, there was not a single murder in Forest Hill. And so, whatever they were doing, I'm thinking they thinking that it was working, the community coming together, and they kind of holding it down. And so now after um Lil Ronnie gets shot and get unalive, and his daughter unalive. Just right after that, they've had 4 murders right after that. Now I don't know if those murders are related to this. I don't know, but all you need is the spirit to just come in your community. So after this, I think, or before this, one or the other, like 4 murders have happened in a row. And I guess they're trying to kind of really figure this out because last year they didn't have one, and now they got these, but got 4 other ones other than this. So this is a very sad situation. This young baby here, 5 years old, and they pull up on him at a car wash. And people want. I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lot of people on YouTube wondering why people are pissed at them because you can't bring your black ass on YouTube and defend a child being shot because your black ass love rap music. Fuck rap music. If this is what's going to happen to our community, rap music should be banned completely. It should be banned and made illegal and not even played on the radios or not even allowed in bars or any damn thing. If it's going to come to the point to where our children, 5 and 6 year olds, are going to be killed because their father said something on music, or their father, whatever the hell he did. I mean, by now, everybody in the streets, children are off limits. And it's simple. I don't give a damn if he wasn't aiming at the child. You at a car wash, it's too public. If you got a half a fucking brain, you don't go and shoot up a car wash where children are going to be there. Their daddies are teaching them how to vacuum their car and how to clean their car and use air fresheners. Damn children going to be at McDonald's. All right, so you don't shoot up a McDonald's and start on shit at McDonald's because they got the little playpen in there, and children are gonna be there. That's just common fucking sense. So you got assholes who want to love rap music, and black ass have escaped the street life, who come and don't even understand that they're trying to defend this shooting of this child because they once had a fucking street life, and you just a fucking idiot. That's what you are, and anybody who defends some shit like this, I hope God send it on you and your child, and you understand what it's like for a parent, let alone this man lost his life. What about the woman, the mother? And she's lost a child and probably have no more answers than we have. But, you want to get on here and defend the actions of the damn street as if there's some kind of damn street code. These kids ain't got no damn street code. This is a lost generation. Completely. If you can't see that by now, something's wrong with you. It's a lost generation. They need to be put in check in the worst way. I mean, almost military dictatorship. If something is not done now, you might as well give up. Nothing will ever be done. I mean, these guys need to be made an example of. Just going to prison and getting 3 meals a day and paying $100 and some $1,000, keeping them in prison. And most of you all who are listening to me don't even have $100,000. You don't even make $100,000 a year. That's what it takes to keep one person in prison, regardless of what fights they may be in and gangs they may be inside. It takes $100,000 a year to keep one person in prison, and most of you guys are not even making $100,000 a year. This is a disgrace. They killed this kid. I'm talking about the kid. They killed this kid in a place where children was gonna be. I don't give a fuck. Wake up, Fort Worth. Get your ass up and find out who killed this kid. In fact, the Texas that I know, because shit, all my people from Texas, from Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Sugar Land, San Antonio, shit, all my relatives are there. Shit. From the Texas I knew, the people who did this never would even make it to the police. The Texas I knew, they never would have made it to. I'm telling you the truth. There are a lot of people who did some shit like this in Texas, and they never would have made it to the police. No fucking way. Wouldn't have made it. And my people in Mississippi, something like this would have happened. And the person who did this shit would have never made it to the police department. DFW Metroplex. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I am really ticked off that this 5-year-old kid, I don't give a damn how it happened. I've had people send me video, and what I saw, if that was an accurate video, I saw the father. What it looked like to me was he was trying to go in a different direction to get them to shoot it, just to shoot at him, or didn't think that they were going. I don't know. They probably didn't think. He probably didn't. If you look at the video, I don't know what he's thinking. Hell, I can't really tell. But I think he was just trying to save his daughter. That's what he was trying to do. But I don't know, with the way these guys were shooting, how sporadic they were shooting, if he even thought maybe the kid would probably get shot. That's what I'm thinking. It's just difficult to tell because, I really don't know. I mean, but I just know that I'm teed off that this little baby was shot. I am teed off, and I am a proponent of the death penalty. And if it's the last thing I do as a Republican, I am going to make my way to Washington. I'm going to visit President Trump and his administration and my local Republican Party about shit like this. This do not need to happen again. We don't need to negotiate with niggas on the street. I pay fucking taxes. So you don't pay taxes, you don't give a damn. I pay taxes if this don't happen. This needs to stop. A clear and concise message. Now I tell you, the only hope we got in this situation is the governor of Texas. I think he's a real stud, and he's a fair stud. But the only hope we got is him. An example needs to be made of these assholes. I mean, an example that's so clear that you'd have to be a fool to do this again. An example needs to be made of the people who did this. I mean, an unprecedented example. This shit wouldn't happen in no other country but the United States of America. It's a damn shame Ukraine is at war, and you guys would be better off in Ukraine than you would walking around an American neighborhood. That's the truth. The country's at war, missiles and bombs are falling, but your chances of safety in Ukraine is better than it is in America. I know countries that say, who gives a damn if you put tariffs on us? We don't want to trade with you anyway. Anyway, your country going to hell. Let alone you got the president telling everybody the country's crooked. We're investigating Social Security. It's crooked. We're investigating the Department of Justice. It's crooked. We're investigating the FBI. It's crooked. We're investigating the CIA. It's crooked. Fuck it. We'll just fire everybody. We're going to fire the CIA. We're going to fire the FBI. We're going to fire the Social Security Administration. They already reported, for those of you all who get Social Security, they're already telling you guys that next month your ass won't get no check because they fucked up the system. they have screwed up the system. So the former Social Security director told you, and yesterday I seen him talk. He said in 80 years, Social Security has never missed a payment. But he said by the 1st of April, he said at the longest be 90 days. He said, but start saving yesterday. That's what he said. He said, start saving yesterday because they fired everybody. They fucked Elon Musk, has fucked up the system. And he said, that there's no way that people are going to get checks on the 1st or the 3rd of next month because they fired everybody and fucked up the system. Right? And they did this under the guise of the system is corrupt and crooked. This is what the Trump administration is saying. Social Security fucked up. DOJ fucked up. DOD Department of Defense fucked up. Military is fucked up. The whole thing is screwed up. Do you think that people really want to take your products anyway? They don't care if you put 25 cents. You know what they're going to do? They're going to start just increasing with each other. And you're going to find us out here all alone by ourselves. And mainly, it's not because of tariffs and stuff like that. People would like to trade with the United States. But to be truthful with you, that's why we can't really have a damn Olympics. We can't have an Olympics if people view this damn place as the most violent place on the planet. And majority of the people around this country and around the world, and I am a traveler around the world and around the country, wish this place did not exist. Even Europe, I lived in London 5 years, and they hate America. Hate that America broke off from them. Because of shit like this, the violence that is allowed to go on in this country. If this was in the Middle East, those guys would be dead already. If you stole a candy bar in Saudi Arabia, they cut your fucking arms off right in the store. If you stole a candy bar, they cut your fucking arms off in the store. You can go to Africa and see women walking around with their tribal people with their breasts out. If you look at them wrong, they'll pluck your fucking eye out. Take it right out. If it's bothering you that bad, then take it right out. And you say, oh, you know what? That is, what's up, chef? That is, cruel is not cruel. That's why they don't deal with rape and shit that we deal with over here. But no, if President Trump were to do something, first thing out, oh, he racist, he racist, he racist. This is the time I wished he was racist and he did something to these fuckers who did this. Shit. He killed this 5-year-old girl, shot her up like that in a car wash. You know damn well, if you're looking for somebody, you're going to catch them. They're going to be walking. This guy's doing videos. He going to shoot videos and stuff like that. Oh, Colin's on here. I see Colin's on here. Chef has the link on there if you want to come up. Colin's your daughter, know him? Yeah, I forgot she's from that territory too. And it don't make any sense. It just don't make any sense that this 5-year-old baby had to lose her life. And then when I thought the thing couldn't even get any worse, I was reading and come to find out that the little baby here, I think her name is Armani, her birthday was the day before. So Sunday was her birthday. If I'm not mistaken, she just turned 5. All right. I see you, Colas, you're at the gym. I think she just turned 5. This is tragedy. And I'm going to tell you why I decided to do the story. Because the attention span of Black America ain't shit. We see this in Chicago. Chicago has seen this so much. You report on the news, people get their ass up and go to work like everything's okay. They're forcing you to accept this in the community. It's bad enough that they are wiping us out and they are just killing us each and every day. But for us to sit around and just accept this as normal is wrong. What's up, Chef? You in the building?
Hey, what's up, OG?
Man, I'm sitting up here teed off at this little baby that they shot up at the car wash.
Yeah, I woke up to it this morning. I don't
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Well, who wants to wake up to something like this? This is a little baby, man. It don't make any sense. And you got people on YouTube trying to defend this shit because they used to be in the street.
Man, if I know I accidentally shot a girl like this, bro, I'll turn my motherfucking self.
Can't hear you.
I said if I know I did something like this, I'd turn myself in.
That would be the only thing those people could do that I respect if they turn themselves in. You know, if you didn't, and that's why I know it's on purpose, because if you, that's what I'm talking about. If this was an accident, they would have turned themselves in, and maybe I could have swallowed this, shed a couple of tears. It's okay when they turn themselves in. These people are still on the run. And so to me, when you're on the run like that, it means to me you targeted this baby and her father. You wanted to make it double worse.
Right. I don't get it, Tanique. You know what I'm saying? Like these people don't have.
I don't either. I'm totally lost. And then when I ask around and ask people that I know, you know, what is this all about? And everybody I talked to said this dude is pretty good. About the biggest thing he did was gamble and rap. That's what they tell me. And so, you know, he wasn't like really knee deep in the streets like that. He just was a hustler. That's the best way everybody. I'm saying, like, well, did he say something and rap? It was like not that they know of. They just know him as just a hustler. Pretty much dice and other things like that.
Mm. But I don't know. I'm not there. I'm gonna just say this. Like, if it's gang, man, these boys out here need to be ashamed of themselves, man. If this got anything to do with gang stuff, bro. I mean,
Man, I
this is
promise you, the
just
people I talk
ridiculous.
to in Fort Worth in the streets say this guy's pretty much known for hustling and syrup or something like that. But not like killing nobody or nothing like that. Just rapping, um, you know, getting high and gambling. I mean, I'm looking for like bodies and it's no, that's not that kind of cat. Pretty much the kind of cat he's described is the way you saw him at the car wash with his daughter. He got 2 children, and pretty much when he ain't rapping and doing that, he's with his kids.
Right.
So this don't make no sense.
Yeah. Man, listen,
What we gonna
man.
do, Chef?
This is I'm speechless, bro. I can't imagine. I can't imagine losing my child in this way, man. Like that little girl, man. All I can do is pray for the little girl, and her soul, her spirit, may she rest in peace and all that. But this is just nonsense, bro. This is just it's an embarrassment. It's an indictment. I mean, how can we get people to care about us? And we don't even give a fuck about ourselves, man. Like, come on, man. Even if you had to get at this dude, like, come on, man. That's a little girl. That's a little girl,
A
bro.
little
Like,
baby, man. And that's what I'm talking about. And then you have so-called content creators who don't realize this shit don't need no creation. This is reality. A
right,
child has been killed. You can't bring your ass on here and defend the streets when a child has been killed. I don't care what they reason for wanting her father. There's no
right,
explanation. There's no excuses for a 5-year-old being in the crosshairs. And I personally, I really want this to stop. I'm gonna be on the phone, I promise you, with the White House and everybody I can today, blowing this shit up. That something is done and a precedent is, I mean, unprecedented precedent needs to be set that you'll think 16 times before you ever do something like this again. I mean, just a slap on the wrist, it's not gonna work. This needs to be the last time a child is killed.
right. And people can hate me or whatever they want, but this is a message from God, man. This little girl ain't hurt nobody, but
Nope.
God want people to know they gotta wake up, man. Stop turning their back to this shit, man. Out there running around here killing our children. That little girl ain't do nothing, man. That little girl ain't
And
do
that's the reason
nothing
I
to
say I'm gonna cover
nobody.
it, because one thing I learned about Chicago is you kill their children, they just get up and go to work like ain't nothing ever happened.
That's what I'm saying, man. This is God right here. Cause I always be like, why do God take young people like in that type of way? But it's the way He work, man. He work in mysterious ways. You gotta take the good with the bad. But she home with God. That's the best thing. But like
If this
people
happened
got
in any other race other than a black race, if this happened in a Latino race, not one Mexican would be at work today. They'd be in the streets trying to find who did this. If this happened to the Italians, forget about it. People would be flying over from Italy over here by planes.
oh yeah,
We the only race of people heading to McDonald's into our jobs and gonna act
right.
like ain't nothing ever happened and turn this into water cooler talk. And this little baby been killed
That
instead
baby
of
gone.
shutting down everything to put a stop to this. And
The
then
way
after
she
2, 3 days, it's gonna be all forgot about and life gonna move on
the way she died,
until it
bro, is
happens to
just
somebody else.
insane, man. She gotta die that way. Like don't no little girl deserve to die like that. Uh,
Especially if you want a father.
She with her dad
You
after her birthday and all that. I mean, I want to find these motherfuckers and kill them myself. I want to
And
blow their
that's what I think
motherfucking
should be
head off
happening right now in
myself.
Texas, where posses and stuff are allowed. Posses and stuff like that are allowed. Nobody should be at work. They should shut that son of a bitch down, and they should cut off all heading to Louisiana and heading to Oklahoma. They should have had that shit all cut off, and they should have found who did this by now. Now, I do know that the Forest Hill Police Department has issued a warrant for one suspect. Now, what bothers me about their warrant that they've issued is they ain't even released no name. So if we knew the person's name, we could blast that son of a bitch on social media and let everybody see it. But they ain't even given a name, but a warrant has been issued for one suspect.
Yeah, these people need to be smoked out, a manhunt, relentless investigation. All this they do for traffic tickets. I've seen them investigate better for goddamn traffic stops.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly, man. And it don't make any sense to me. Like I said yesterday about Angie Stone's murder. You weren't on last night. Dude, do you know after we got off, I started investigating. And then Angie Stone's murder, man, they got NDAs, non-disclosure agreements people had to sign before they like release her body and stuff.
What do you think that means?
I said, okay. Huh? That's
What you think that means?
it means that definitely somebody killed this woman. Why would you why you gotta go pick up your loved one? But before you pick up your loved one, they're gonna offer you a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, what they don't
Or
want to
NDA. So you don't disclose any information concerning how she died, why she died, what may have happened. Why would you even be offered some shit like that?
Yeah, that don't make no sense. I ain't never heard of that ever.
So you got a couple of cats who've murdered a 5-year-old. And so you don't think I'm lying. One witness right here, you see here, a witness at the scene heard around 20 to 30 shots. Local TV station KTV, what the fuck is that? KTVT reported 20 to 30 shots. Now I want you to tell me how many of those 20 to 30 bullets went inside this little baby.
I can't, Tanique, my heart is hurting right now. I can't, bro. I can't. I knew they
Bro, I
shot
done been
about
here. My
30.
little 6-year-old was stabbed in the heart and killed, and one of the
Oh my
motherfuckers who did
God,
it is
man.
probably in Texas. But my whole point in saying all that is real simple. This little girl didn't deserve this. And it really bothers me to hear people try and defend the streets. Ain't no damn street code. There is no rationale in 20 to 30 shots at a damn car wash anyway.
Right.
But let alone you kill a child. I mean, I pray the governor of Texas, I pray he do something so horrendous, shoot them motherfuckers in space to the sun. It wouldn't even make me no difference if they did. I pray that they do something so unprecedented to these guys when it comes to shooting a child. You got to stop this. And so, it's not like you ain't gonna get nobody, but you gonna make sure you get who you get and not shoot innocent people, women and children and people who ain't a part of, that lifestyle. This little baby should be here. And it's just upsetting me that, again, knowing black people, we ain't got but one more day. All right, it happened yesterday. So we got one more day before black people forget and start the barbecues and drinking the 40s and get ready for their fucking basketball game this weekend, talking about Steph Curry, and forget the fact that a 5-year-old has been killed. That's all we got is about 3 days of, and it's going to start to fade out. We're going to the barbershop and we're going to be chasing hoes and shit like that. And this happens all around the country. We become numb to it, don't care.
Right. Right. It should be an uproar. It should be people out there with candles. The news can't stop talking about it. This ain't good. This is not a good
Bro,
look
I'm
at
telling
all.
you, look around the country, check all the news clips. If this was any other race of people, that entire race would be shut down. The Latinos, the Mexicans and stuff, the whole race would be shut down and trying to find out what happened to their loved one. We the only bunch of people that's going to talk about this the first night it happened and then start partying and smoking weed immediately and forget that a 5-year-old was unnecessarily killed. Let me let some of the people see the news clipping so
Yeah,
they'll
what's
have
her
a better
name, Tanique?
understanding.
What's her name?
Armani.
Armani.
Step.
With a father and a young daughter shot and killed in Forest Hill. This happened just off I-20. Police were at the crime scene all day investigating. NBC5's Maria Guerrero has details.
It is family members who rushed to this scene who told NBC5 the victims are a local rapper and his little girl.
Heartbreaking moments just after 11 Monday morning as loved ones got to the scene of an unfolding tragedy. Many in disbelief over the lives lost in broad daylight.
He didn't bother nobody. He didn't target nobody. He was a family man, and he was going around rapping. Okay, why would you target him? And a baby, his baby?
Stella Houston says her nephew, Ronnie Smith, and his daughter are the victims of gun violence at Slappy's Express Car Wash in Forest Hill. Houston says Smith was a rapper known as Lil Ronnie. He was a good man and adored his two kids. His daughter had just turned 5 yesterday.
All we know is that he was targeted. He was doing the car, cleaning the car out, and somebody came through shooting and killed him and the baby.
With emotions raw, tensions flared as extended family members and friends were kept at a distance. Officers from Fort Worth and Mansfield arriving to help with crowd control. Close family allowed to stay close to the scene of the crime, speaking with detectives throughout the day. The owner of Slappy's Car Wash, which recently opened, praising the quick police response and telling NBC5, "We are shocked, appalled, and deeply troubled by the senseless and violent events. The car wash will remain closed for 2 days. This is the 4th murder in Forest Hill in just over a week." Maria Guerrero, NBC5.
You see, man, this don't make no sense. Let me give you another news clip, and this is just outrageous. What's up,
Wait,
Reed?
before-
Huh?
I was just gonna say 4 murders in 1 week.
No, that's what I said when I first came on. When I spoke with with the Forest Hill, they were telling me, I think these cops are just, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, their fathers and stuff, I think they're in shock. Because you go back to 2024, there wasn't one murder in Forest Hill in the whole year of 2024. So all of a sudden in 2025, they got 5 murders. So I guess they scratching their head, trying to figure out what is going on. It's the attack of the goddamn black people. That's what it is.
This is about a shooting at a car wash that left 2 people dead today. It was in Forest Hill. Police say tonight they have identified one single suspect. They have issued a capital murder warrant for the arrest. Our Aaron Jones now hearing from some neighbors who say that they are scared, especially about a recent spike in crime.
Becky Johnson says just before 11 a.m., she heard gunshots outside her Forest Hill home.
I heard 6 the first time, and then it was like a half a second to a second. I heard 6 more.
She watched as first responders and police quickly arrived at Slappy's Car Wash. Police say 2 suspects exited a white 4-door Kia and approached the victim's vehicle parked in a bay. The suspects opened fire before driving away. The family of 30-year-old Chucky Smith tells us both he and his 5-year-old daughter were killed.
All we know is that he was targeted. He was doing the car, cleaning the car out, and somebody came through shooting and killed him and the baby.
Smith is a local rapper who goes by G. Lil Ronnie. He's gained a large following on social media, and tributes to both him and his daughter are pouring in.
Got my little Valentine's with me today.
Just a few weeks ago, they shared a special moment, attending Donuts with Daddy at his daughter's school.
He was a good kid, y'all. He was. He didn't bother nobody. He didn't. Him and that baby.
Those who live nearby are now expressing concern for their safety. Forest Hill police say there's 5 homicides this year compared to 0 last year.
It's time to move. Wish I had the money to move.
As police investigate this latest shooting, Slappy's management has released a statement which says, "We are shocked, appalled, and deeply troubled by the senseless and violent events that occurred today. Right now, there are more questions than answers." In Forest Hill, Aaron Jones, CBS News, Texas.
Now, I didn't even know that was in there. But you heard what the person told me. There wasn't one murder in 2024. Not one. And now all of a sudden, by March, they got 5.
Yeah. I heard 4 in 1 week in that first video. I'm like,
it was in the first week. I didn't. Well, that's what I'm saying now. To me, it's the attack of the black people. And if you don't make a precedent out of this shit, it's going to continue to happen.
Right.
It's going to continue. I don't care if people don't like it. It's the truth. This shit only happen in black neighborhoods.
Right.
It happen in some of y'all neighborhood. You just get up and go on like ain't shit happened until it happened to you, and then you want some help with your kid. Like I told you, I'm from Chicago. People are numb with that. They don't even care anymore.
Senseless violence. You can tell that senseless violence right there. Violence that don't even got to be going down. It don't even look like nothing is going down in that town. They up there killing each other for nothing. For
Yeah, it
clicks
looked
and
like a
views.
pretty nice little middle class town. I went through there once, but I never like hung around in the Fort Worth area. I kind of hang out in Frisco a little bit and that area. But my whole point of the matter is, whatever you place you in, if you're a child 5 years old in America, it's a damn shame that in this country you're not safe.
Not at all.
I'm talking about a 5-year-old who was just at the car wash. Daddy probably showing her how to vacuum the floor of the vehicle or something like that. Maybe even how to hang an air freshener. If you ever rode in a woman's car, you know her car cleaner than yours. But I'm thinking Daddy probably showing her, this is how you vacuum the floor, you vacuum your vents, and people don't know why. They jealous. They're jealous because he was on something and they ain't on nothing. You don't need no reason in the hood for somebody to want to kill you. They kill you because your hair look better. They kill you
Right.
because your suit look better. They kill you because your chain look better than them. They kill you because you got a daughter. You and your daughter get along fine.
Right.
You're in a black community, black neighborhood.
They kill you because you're doing better than them.
Exactly. He trying to do something, and I believe what the auntie said there, that he wouldn't bother nobody because you ain't gonna, if you really understand Texas, you ain't gonna bother nobody in Texas. I'm just kind of surprised something like this really happened in Texas. If you notice, you don't really hear this all the time in Texas, and it's a pretty big deal when somebody kill a child in Texas. They usually write about that stuff down there. So if this were maybe Chicago or something, I probably would. I go, man, another one in Chicago. I mean, people just drive down the hood in Chicago and don't care who they spray up or shoot. But that's something like that. This kind of stuff, if you were to check, I don't think you find too many of these unless the parents did it. I mean, the last time I heard about something like this in Texas was a few years ago, and I think the parents had taken a child out and did something with it in Houston. Remember that story?
Mm-hmm.
They were looking for the kid and all that stuff, but Texas found out what happened to it. But what I was getting at is I don't understand how they issue a warrant for one suspect and ain't released the name to the media.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we by now the whole world's listening to us. People in London, Africa, everywhere. I mean, you ain't got nowhere to go in the continental United States of America. And why won't they release the name so we can put it out there? Because I think anybody who harbors the guys, if they living at a relative's house, I think their relatives should get the death penalty for even letting them in, since they got a name of somebody. If that person stopped at anybody's house, I think the governor of Texas should punish their ass too. I don't give a
Mm-hmm.
damn if it was my son. I'd turn his ass in.
You got to.
I would.
Blood will be on your head. That little girl's blood will be on your head. And
So they've issued a warrant for whoever it is. You got to go somewhere.
go straight to hell.
Yeah, but I'm saying they obviously ain't he ain't arrested yet. So that means he hiding out somewhere.
Right.
Every member of his gang would be arrested and charged with this murder as well too. If this
Yeah,
was a gang, I support the entire gang being arrested.
they know who
Send
did
in,
it.
huh?
They know who did it. Those
Stuff.
people know who
If
did it.
this was a gang related thing, send the damn military in, arrest the entire gang, every single person, and even give the people in prison more time because of this shit. You got to make a precedent. If you don't take a stand today with this, forget about it. And just keep your children locked up in the damn house. And even that gonna do no good because straight bullets come into the walls and stuff.
Sure do.
This need to stop completely. Completely.
Yep.
A stand and a precedent needs to be set of monumental proportions. I don't care if it look inhumane, and it need to be taken out on these guys. To send a message around the country that
They need to put
America
a
will not
curfew.
stand for the killing of the children anymore.
Nobody can't go outside. Put a curfew. I see you outside. I'm running down on you at the offices. and I'm doing an investigation till we find out where the people is that killed this little girl.
And I
Nobody can
believe
go
that they
outside.
intended to kill this little girl. You heard that lady say they were in the car and the cars pulled up and just
Yeah,
began to shoot. So if you just
yep.
begin to shoot, you didn't care who was in that thing.
Hmm. Oh yeah, you went there to kill him. You didn't give a fuck.
And whoever else was with him. That includes
Yep,
the child. It's first
yep,
degree murder. That's
yep.
why they ain't turning themselves in. You're not gonna get away with this. You don't want the streets to kill them, so they don't tell us the reason why anything. That's why they should release their name. That's why I don't trust law enforcement. They should have gave us the one suspect, so we could have put this stuff out all over the world. And so if the cops don't get them, the world will get them. I don't care who get them, but they need to be got.
Definitely. Justice for Armani for real.
How the hell you gonna feel safe in Texas and a child has been shot and killed, and they had over 20 to 30 rounds flying in that direction? 20
For
to 30 rounds.
for a man with no gun watching his car.
I don't even think he had a piece. They ain't reported like he even had no gun.
No, I'm saying yeah, with no gun, he was just watching his car. Like, come on now.
Hey, look at that. 20 to 30 gunshots. And they ain't even they're not gonna tell you how many went into the baby because they don't want you to really get mad.
Oh, I'm already mad. I'm ready to blow the motherfuckers up, man.
I know we mad, but imagine if they probably would have told the people at least 16 of those bullets went into the baby.
They
I
need
think
to
more
say
people in Texas would be furious right now.
they need to be furious. They need to tell it. It needs to be known before it get worse. If you
But
got
you
five right now, you need to make an example of this and stop those murders from going on in Texas. If you
but you know
keep
what
letting
white people and law enforcement and some people fear more than a shooting of a child? They fear the uniting of black people. Remember what J. Edgar Hoover labeled black people who were fighting in the civil rights movement. He made black people the terrorists, the number one threat to America.
right,
And this shit has been fed to law enforcement. So they're not going to ever give you the truth because they run the risk of black people uniting. So they came out and told you that this baby was hit 16 times. That would have been probably just enough to over push the emotions of black people, and hundreds of black people would be in Fort Worth right now because of the number of bullets that hit this baby. And so they fear that more than they fear a shooter who'll go around and shoot a child because they don't want black people to unite. So they want black people to just talk about this shit and then go to work and pretend that this is okay. I gotta go to work and everything's okay. Oh, shame about that child. Keep right on going. Then they ask the church on Sunday morning and clap and pretend that they worshiping Jesus and everything's all right with them because it didn't happen to their kid.
and, and 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 I don't know if I'm wrong for saying this, but it seems like only our kids is getting killed like this through this type of shit, man. Like our kids get killed in the craziest ways. I don't really be seeing this in other races, man.
It ain't gonna
Where
happen like that in no other race because every other race except us would shut the hell down if you did this to their children. What is that place called? Valdy, I think, where them little kids got shot at in the school. Man, them essays all surrounding that school now. I bet you won't happen again.
oh yeah, that was in Texas too, right?
Yeah, that was in Texas too. I bet you won't happen again. They ain't relying on the police. They worse than Pookie them in our neighborhood. They know who belong by them schools and who don't belong by them schools.
Right.
They didn't stepped up. Things ain't gonna go back to normal. But in our community, they trying to make they're killing us as youth. They're throwing us away in jail for nothing. As adults, they're trying to eliminate an entire race right before our eyes, and nobody
Mhm.
wants to do anything. They're encouraging black women to get ready to marry white men who sit up and kiss dogs in their damn mouth and kiss
Right.
you after you get through kissing the dog, eating dog food in his damn mouth.
Yo, Tanique, I agree with that. Like the whole getting rid of the race thing, man, because like people don't understand when I say I'm a black American, we red, bro. Like everywhere else is black. We not the same as all these other blacks.
Race got to do with this. Got a lot of shit to do with this. Let me tell you, let me tell you what the hell race got to do with this. Race has every fucking thing to do with this.
Who
Let
said
that have
that?
been a little white girl.
Who said race don't got nothing to do with it?
People say that when you bring it up. Let that have been a little white girl. What the hell you think would have happened had a little white girl at that car wash been shot multiple times?
Oh, it would have been national news. It'd have been all over the place. Donald Trump will be up there talking about it. He know that girl name
Exactly.
by name.
Exactly. That's my point. But what are we
Hmm.
gonna do? We're gonna push our way on McDonald's, go to the nursing home and clean up old people and talk about this and act like it didn't happen. Ooh, thank God it didn't happen to my child. That's what your race of people is gonna do. Meanwhile, we just lost somebody who probably would have helped the race or invented a cure for disease. We don't know what her purpose was, but her purpose has been snatched away from her, and we're never gonna know what this little girl could have amounted to or what she could have done because she was gunned down. And if we don't keep it in social media, the news then moved on now. They probably not going to announce to us when they even get a suspect. They done moved on now. They can't spend that kind of time. That's why they wanted to try and control social media, because we can spend as much time as we want to on a story and keep it in people's mind and keep it fresh. Because if you don't,
Hmm.
black people just gonna move on to the next episode. Because that's what they train to do. Move on to the next episode.
Word. Definitely numb.
This shouldn't happen. And I don't even care what he did. How they gonna go around killing somebody over music when we invented music? We invented dozens. Did nobody die while we were playing dozens and doing your mama jokes and stuff like that?
Hmm.
This has got to stop. Crowd Reese, Texas should be in an uproar at this point. That's what I'm saying. They should be. Shouldn't be nobody in that area at work. Talking about they scared. Everybody in Texas got guns.
Word.
The governor of Texas even fixed it where felons can carry guns.
30 shots.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out, like if he must have didn't think he had no hit or nothing on him because he didn't have none of his homies or partners or anybody with him. He just dealt with his little girl.
That's what I said. He with his kids too much to be involved in anything. Like ain't no woman in their right mind. That's a beautiful little girl. Ain't gonna let him run around with a person that's involved in any kind of gang activity where that baby would be in harm's way if she let him go with her father.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. So to me, if the people of Forest Hill don't do something and Fort Worth don't do something, to me, Fort Worth, this is a morals test. Fort Worth, if you're listening to me, this is a morals test. And if y'all let this shit happen and get away, y'all morals are gone.
Yeah. These
I
people
mean,
win court need to get the
shouldn't even
capital.
shouldn't even be allowed to be a city anymore. It should be swallowed up by Dallas completely. Shouldn't be Dallas Fort Worth. Just should be Dallas. If they can't do something about something like this, that whole area should be just taken over by Dallas completely.
Hmm. It should have been known. They need to put it out there. The people of that town need to get together and expose these people for this heinous crime. They know who did it, and they need to give these people up. They
Notice
should
you don't see no rallies or anything since it's even happened. It's just the family gathered around the area where they were shot at. You don't see no rallies or you don't see no community activists or anybody. So faith
no
is all we need.
competition.
This is why we don't want to bring babies in this world like they did back in the day. This is so sad. Baby didn't have a chance. She didn't. Faith is all we need. Didn't have a chance at all whatsoever. And we getting it last minute and doing whatever we can to try and motivate those people to stop pretending that they're scared and get up off their ass and find a reason to die. All right, most of you ain't got a fucking reason to live, but damn, find a reason to die. And this baby is a reason to die. You know what's the difference between us and the people in the civil rights movement? Those people were willing to die for what the hell they believed in. That's why some of y'all are doing what you're doing today. You wouldn't have a fucking job if it wasn't for people like Dr. King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, these people who knew they were going to die, pushing the issue so you could vote and shit. But we as a people don't want to die for shit. Don't want to pay no sacrifice for nothing.
Hmm.
You can't find a reason to live, then fuck it. Find a reason to die. And a 5-year-old being killed at the car wash is a reason for you to die. Because I sure the fuck would if I knew who the fuck it was.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. I wouldn't even care. That's a good reason to die. That's a good reason to die right there.
Mm-hmm.
A good reason to die right there for that little baby who didn't deserve this to happen. Can't find nothing to live for, then find something to die for.
Where's the politicians in this area that want your goddamn votes when it's time to vote? They need to be out there.
Dude, I don't even have the slightest idea.
They want your vote, but they don't want to be out there when it's time to really support. You get out there and speak for this girl, man. I mean, it's easy. It's not hard. Like, what the fuck?
Unreal.
Everybody who's somebody should be out there doing something. T-shirts should have been printed before the body got cold.
And they got a video of the shooting taking place. Oh, okay. Faith is all we need. Now, we just went over Jasmine Crockett 2 nights ago. That's the first person I was looking for because somebody hit it up and said they wanted Jasmine Crockett to run for president. And so yesterday I spent a lot of time studying her and the things, and I'm wondering where she's at too. That's out, man, this is incredible. Now, she's supposed to be coming out of Texas and supposed to be, you know, a powerful speaker and all that stuff like that. It's taking her ass too long to respond to this little girl being shot for me. So no, I wouldn't want her ass as president. It shouldn't take a whole day for her to respond, talking about, you know, moving her to leadership for what? This is her neck of the woods. A 5-year-old black child has been unnecessarily killed. And I ain't heard her say shit, jack shit.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I want her over the country? Nope, took her too long to respond. But if somebody white had done something now, that's why race plays a part. If a white man would have did this, all hell would have broke loose.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, Chef.
I say, yep, I agree.
Yeah. And this is why race plays a part in this. If this person would have been white, then everybody, you just saw Ben Crump, Reverend Sharpton, everybody would have been descending on Texas because the person was white.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this case, these were young punk ass thugs who had nothing better to do than kill a child. And you don't see nobody descending down here. Yeah, Trina, I know she on the internet circuit with The View and the Breakfast Club. She should have her ass in Texas, and she should be talking about this baby being shot. And so since she can't take care of Texas, I can't trust her to take care of the United States of America. Remember they were talking about Jasmine Crockett the other night, man?
Yeah.
This in Texas. Where's she from? Where's she at? Why is she speaking about it?
I don't know. I ain't really seen. This is my first time when like I said, I woke up to it. I ain't know what happened.
Okay. Well, just in case somebody else came.
I'm not going to say that.
Just in case somebody, I'm going to say it because I had already checked. Because we did a 5-hour show thanks to me falling asleep the other night. And all they were talking about was Jasmine Crockett of Texas. Okay, Jasmine Crockett. I know you're going to speak after you hear me talk. Okay, a little kid, 5 years old, was shot in Texas, and I don't see you saying nothing about it at all whatsoever. A little black girl who probably may one day have been inspired to be you. You ain't said shit about it. So therefore, I can't trust you over Texas, and I can't trust you over the United States of America.
This is about a shooting at a car wash that left 2 people dead today. It was in Forest Hill. Police say tonight they have identified one single suspect. They have issued a capital murder warrant for the arrest. Our Aaron Jones now hearing from some neighbors who say that they are scared, especially about a recent spike in crime.
Becky Johnson says just before 11 a.m., she heard gunshots outside her Forest Hill home.
I heard 6 the first time, and then it was like a half a second to a second. I heard 6 more.
She watched as first responders and police quickly arrived at Slappy's car wash. Police say two suspects exited a white four-door Kia and approached the victim's vehicle parked in a bay. The suspects opened fire before driving away. The family of 30-year-old Chucky Smith tells us both he and his 5-year-old daughter were killed.
All we know is that he was charged. He was doing the car, cleaning the car out, and somebody came through shooting and killed him and the baby.
Smith is a local rapper who goes by Lil Ronnie. He's gained a large following on social media, and tributes to both him and his daughter are pouring in.
Got my little Valentine's with me today.
Just a few weeks ago, they shared a special moment, attending Donuts with Daddy at his daughter's school.
He was a good kid, y'all. He was. He didn't bother nobody. He didn't. Him and that baby.
Those who live nearby are now expressing concern for their safety. Forest Hill police say there's 5 homicides this year compared to 0 last year.
It's time to move. Wish I had the money to move.
As police investigate this latest shooting, Slappy's management has released a statement which says, "We are shocked, appalled, and deeply troubled by the senseless and violent events that occurred today. Right now, there are more questions than answers." In Forest Hill, Aaron Jones, CBS News, Texas.
See, the attitude of black people is time to move. It's not time to fight. It's time to move.
Mm-hmm.
Time to move. Not time to fight for your land. And I don't know, man. It just don't make any sense to me. It should be time to fight. Time to look at them cameras. Look at the license plates of those cars. Because I'm assuming those cars have plates on them, because these are ignorant people anyway. And it's time to make an unprecedented arrest and unprecedented capital punishment that if you kill a child, this is what's going to happen to you, especially when it's music related. And you can see what the lady's saying. The guy was just cleaning out the car, and I trust them because they boots on the ground. So evidently the witnesses that were there are telling them what happened. He was just cleaning out the car, and you know the kid was probably running around the car, whatever it may be. To me, it just don't make any sense. Again, for people to get up and talk about this and pretend and ain't trying to go door to door or whatever it may be, shut the whole neighborhood down and find these people at all cost.
I agree. I also agree with, if you kill a kid and you don't turn yourself in, if it was an accident, you need to die. You need to get the death penalty.
Exactly. And waterboard it before the death penalty. You need to waterboard their ass 3 days before the death penalty, and then let them get it in the electric chair wet, because this is just, and I'm serious. I'm not even fucking joking at all, if you think I am. And I agree, Lisa Jackson. Huh?
I don't think you're joking.
Man, if you only knew. This is just sad, you know, that this baby here was gunned down, and they're not going to tell you. I tell you what a witness on the ground said, that there were at least 20 to 30 shots shot in that direction. Now I want you to tell me how many of those bullets hit this 5-year-old baby, since they didn't care. Somebody told me the father was running in a direction where he was trying to draw the fire so they wouldn't shoot the little girl, or he didn't think that if he ran that direction that they would be able to shoot his daughter, but nevertheless he succumbed to his wounds. And I agree, faith is all we need. If this is what rap music is going to be, I think the record companies, to me, another thing that would happen, I would sue everybody who sponsors rap music if this boiled down to rap music.
Yeah, I really can't agree with that. It's a lot of people hurt, and people say things they don't know what they're talking about. I don't agree with that.
From Whack 100 to Rock Nation, if this stuff is related to rap music, to Jay Prince in Houston, this shit is related to rap music, I think everybody, Sony, all these brokers that they fucking put out here, everybody involved in that industry should be taken down, and an unprecedented multi-class action lawsuit should be brought against these people for the death of this child. This is what has to happen in order to bring this shit under control.
Yeah, I can't agree with that. I don't agree with banning rap music.
I know you won't, but I do. I'm sorry. When they started rap music back in our day, nobody thought that this shit was gonna happen, bro.
Nah,
We talking about the Sugar Hill Gang last night. All them songs Angie Stone wrote for them. You know, who was thinking, "Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head." Who'd have been thinking that kind of shit? Now we're looking at 5-year-olds get shot over music and drill music talking about the dead. Nobody envisioned nothing like that was gonna happen.
I don't know about I don't know about it being rap music. Gang violence spread before rap music was even started. Spreads like wildfire. This is obviously a gang thing. You want to put it on rap? Go ahead, put it on rap. But
Well, that's what people are saying. People are saying that it was because of some music that he
well,
did.
hurt people say anything. If he's involved with gang, it's gang. It's not because of the rap. That makes no sense. It's the gang culture that America allows to spread like wildfire. When there was no gang members in Arkansas and they let it fester the way it did, look what it did to Little Rock, Arkansas.
Well,
It's gonna do
that's
the same thing to the music that they allow into the music. If record producers and stuff like that, and I can agree with allowing the gang to glorifying gang culture, yeah, because that's what they did.
well,
Just
this is one of his videos here. It's called WAP.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Gang, look, gang. I mean,
But
people is hurt here and don't want to say nothing about the guy, but 30 shots. Come on, man. You ain't innocent if somebody's shooting at you 30 times.
I don't know, man. I've seen people
Nah,
shot in
bro.
Chicago. I've seen people in Chicago shot up like that, and they got the wrong person.
Nah, this ain't the wrong person. They ran him down. They got out the car, ran him down, and shot him 30 times. He's involved, either guilty by association or whatever. I agree with black people do stuff to each other. Yes, I do agree. But I also know gang culture is more powerful than anything in America. And black people are a part of that, yes. So if we want to act like he's not a part of that, then go ahead, act like he's not a part of it. But
I won't act like he's not a rider. I'm not saying that. But I'll say this. I'll say that his child, I don't care what he did, didn't deserve to be shot.
oh, I agree with that. I agree
So
with
to
that.
me, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, if you're a part of that life and you can't get this guy because he had a public place, he had McDonald's, children at McDonald's, he had the car wash, children. Usually, I see mothers who have a sign on the back of their car say "child on board." A child could be at a car wash or something like that. That ain't the place for you to handle your business. I mean, you'll see this guy walking by himself. You'll see him shooting the video. You'll see your point in time, but just to run up in a place recklessly and get at him for something like that, and then kill somebody innocent—that's what I'm talking about. This
That's
should
what,
have never happened.
and that's what tells me the blame going to the rap music. No, the blame is go where it needs to be placed on these governments that claim to protect us, these police stations, and all these things that claim to have our best interests. Don't. I mean, in a time where there was no murders the year before, 5 murders now, and they show no sense of urgency. But let you get a traffic ticket or be out there protesting for your rights, and they ready to shut the town down. 5 murders, and they've done nothing to stop the impediment of the murders from going on. And you know how I know that? Because they did this brazenly, 9 o'clock in the morning, broad daylight. They know no fucking police gives a fuck about what they doing out there. And here we got people who are hurt pointing the finger at rap fucking music. I can sit by and play dumb all I want. That's fine. I do that. But I'm not gonna do that when nobody's putting the blame where the blame supposed to go. Now they want to step in and do something. Yeah, tear the town up, arrest all the gang members, put them in jail. Do that. Do they do that? No, because they want the problem to be the problem.
Wow. Well,
No murders in 2024, Tanique.
none.
2025, we got 5 in the first week, and this is
Right.
the first time we hearing about it. This is the
Right.
first time we hearing about it.
And that's why I said they got to make a stand unprecedented stand right here at this point, especially if they want to keep the number from going to 6 and going to 7
Oh,
and
it's
going to
going.
8.
It's gonna get there. They allow it. We seen what happened to Little Rock. That should tell you what they want. We seen what's gonna happen to that town already. It's not the first time a town is gonna be taken over by gang violence. Chicago wasn't even always like that in certain areas until the gang took off and it started with 5 murders in 1 week. And now look at it. In Durham, North Carolina, nice place started just like how this is starting right now. This is not the first, and it won't be the last time to be town to be taken over by gang violence. Even in my own town, there was no gang members. It take one gang member to come through here and spread his politics, and it spread like wildfires. We had no Bloods and Crips on Long Island. They
I
don't
thought
do
y'all
nothing
always
about
got
it
the
when it.
United Blood. I thought y'all always had the United Blood Nation.
No, Long Island. I'm on Long Island. I'm not in New York.
Oh, okay.
I'm in New York, but not like you know.
Right.
I'm in the suburbs. we you know what I'm saying?
Forest Hill has always been, I thought, a pretty decent place. I'm just kind of surprised. I guess that's why he went there, because he thought it was safe. Went over there to the car wash in Forest Hill. You see, they had no murders the year before. So,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
right.
They don't. Those people knew they can do it and get away with it.
Wow. Well, I just think the killing of little Armani was just sick, 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 sick. And I will not excuse it. And there's some people who are trying to use the streets, because they were part of the street, as an excuse, and excuse the guy, make it look like the guys didn't know she. I don't care if they didn't know she was in there or not. It shouldn't have been a public shooting, like you just said, at 9 o'clock in the morning at a car wash,
Mm-hmm.
where people are out washing and vacuuming their cars and stuff like that. I mean, the whole brazenness that you just described is the reason why these guys should be heavily punished. CJ told him he couldn't go back to that car wash. Okay, who is CJ? And who he tell? You want to come up and tell us? Hold on a second. Let me put it down here. I'm going to put the link down here, and you can click on the link, and you can express yourself, and we can hear you. There's a link right there. So it's right up under your Victor Crown. Just touch that link, and you can come up. It'll hide your face or what have we.
And if anything I know about gang violence, it's a lot of retaliation in there. And you can quote me if I'm wrong. I don't care, but I'm putting money on it that his death got to do with one of them 5 murders that took place earlier in that year.
Well, I know one of them was 2 people that were shot not that far from there.
Mm-hmm.
But and I forgot they said that the bullet went through. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I talked to some people on the street there, and it, other than serious, gambling and drinking and just rapping, you don't really have that. That you don't have that Chicago style reputation. At least not known anyway. Now, I don't know what they know down in
Well,
in that area.
in that video you just showed me, you can say I'm judgmental, whatever, but he has on a Bulls hat. He lives in Texas. Bulls is Bloods United, living large. That's a blood gang symbol most of the time when you see that bull.
Yeah.
That right there.
Yeah, but it's a part of, you got to also,
That right there.
okay, but being a musician and being involved with music, at what point in time do we recognize this? Is this art, or is it all for real?
Well, when you said that the music producers, they are going to these gang members and recruiting the gang. They're not going to get regular rappers. There's plenty of conscious rappers out here that put out positive music. If
Yeah, well,
if you're a positive rapper, you go give them an album, they put it on the shelf because it don't sell. Then they put out a gang rapper who's a known killer. They put him out to the public.
Faith is all we need says a father can't be with his daughter. This has to stop. And I guess that's what I'm looking at, man. I'm looking at. I'm not ignoring what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying, but I don't care if you are a gang member. If you
Look
in
at
a,
him.
if you, but I'm saying I don't care if he is. Let me tell you, if he's a gang member and he's of an opposite gang member, and I see this man at any place where a child could possibly be, I'm not gonna do nothing.
Oh, I agree with you.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, maybe he was. I don't know what he was or not. At this point in time, nobody knows why this happened. All right. Now it's just been alluded to a certain song he may have did to tee some people off. That's why I said the music. I said if this was music related, the music industry needs to be punished. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know whether he was or not. But if he was, and he was at a McDonald's, I ain't finna take no 50 shots out and try and take care of this guy at no McDonald's. Too many people in
Right.
there. You know, I'm
Right.
sorry. I'm not at a car wash where everybody's trying to clean their car. A lot of these people just trying to get this salt and stuff off their cars. We just came through snowstorms and stuff like that. I'm not finna do this kid at no car wash. So to me, the recklessness that these guys acted with, to me, this is just under the FBG duck killing. And them dumbass fools went downtown Chicago in broad ass daylight and did a shooting in a place where they don't even have crime at and thought they were going to get away with it.
Right.
This is second to that.
Mm-hmm.
9 o'clock in the morning, right off the 20. People are going back and forth to work and stuff like that. So it's a lot of high traffic. I know somebody's seen them in their
Exactly. They
car.
didn't even know where to hide. It's all the way in the open. You see how far they had to drive into the fucking car wash to actually get there? Like he seen them coming.
Exactly. Exactly. So I know that somebody seen these cars get on the freeway or wherever these cars went. Somebody seen it. I know a doorbell camera caught it or something because they got, again, they got a warrant out for one of the shooters, but they're not telling us who the shooter is, so we can't blast the person's name on social media.
Mm-hmm. Now, the blame belongs on the foot of these children out here. We need to ban gang violence. They let too much gang stuff fester in our neighborhoods. I'm sorry, it's the truth. It got nothing. And when I say they, I'm blaming it on the people like that allow to harbor these criminals, these gang members, in their home. When after they finish gang banging, they got a place to go lay their head down and sleep around people who aren't gang banging. It
Wow.
has to stop because that's harboring criminals. If you know your son, your daughter out there gang banging, killing people, shooting people, you can't come to my house and lay down under the under my piece after been out there causing all kinds of destruction.
I don't know why. Lesson goes back to what you said earlier. You probably going to jump in here. I don't know why they don't take gang banging as well as the mafia and throw it into domestic terrorism. This would enable law enforcement to do what they need to do. I think it's time. I think President Trump should sign an executive order. And I'm going to call. And I'll call you and let you hear me on the phone. And I think he should make an executive order making all gang banging, all mob action, the mob itself, 5 crime families, making all that shit domestic terrorism.
Right.
And unloosen the hands of the police department so they can go after these terrorists. I mean, literally, he should sign an executive order making all gangbanging in the United States of America domestic terrorism.
Right. When they did it in California, that injunction where they were charging you with the crimes if you had like gang tattoos and shit that say you was a part of that gang, and you know those gangs are causing these murders and shit like that, and I think they was on to something with that. I think they should have did that all across the country because like you shouldn't be able to glorify gang banging. If I correct me if I'm wrong, gang bang is murder. So how can that be glorified? How can you let that fester in your neighborhoods?
So then why don't you want to see gangbanging music stopped and banned?
I want to see gang banging stopped and banned. I don't want to see rap music stopped and banned.
But they push their issue through music too.
No, 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 no. It's the American way. Violence sells. It's not pushing the music. It's already here. American is very violent.
Right, right. So I guess you can't help but put it in your music if that's all you see, huh?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the, if you rap music deserves its place just like every other genre of music. The people don't deserve the place like every other genre of music. If you're disrespectful to the music, to the art form, then you don't deserve it. You don't appreciate it. Come on, man. Why you gonna bring murder into the culture? That's murder, bruh.
Okay, so faith is all we need is saying the same thing you are. They're saying that you got to hold your community accountable. This is not law enforcement problem. This is a black problem. I agree. Faith is all we need.
Hmm.
No, bad rap music. No, you know what? Faith, you're right about that. This is not a black problem because you got white gangs as well too. You always had them. What I forgot that movie I used to watch years ago about the greasers and what were they call? What they call them white gang?
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's the name of that gang? It was it West was it West Side Story?
Yeah, yeah. West
But
Side, yeah.
that was a good movie, man. The
The
Greasers.
greasers.
What were the other ones called?
The squares. No, no, no. Preppies.
I don't
Something
know.
like
I
that.
forgot.
Yeah,
I don't know watching that. It's funny, man. It makes me crack up. They know each other because of their hair. You got the Greasers, and you get
yeah.
oh, you got the Greasers. I can't think of what the other ones were.
I
Wait a minute.
know. I think it was
Y'all
the
put it in the
preps.
chat.
The
The
preppies.
Greasers. What were the white gangs called? The Greasers, and they had the slick hair and loaded with grease. But you had another one. Man, my
I
daughter
think
played
it's
that
either
movie for me.
squares or something like that.
I cannot remember. It's a shame. I watched that movie about 100 times and my daughter laughing. You got the Greasers and God, I forget what the other ones. They had regular hair and stuff, and they supposed to represent one were well off and the other ones that wasn't so well off. But okay, coming from Chicago, you got the Irish and the Italians. They were the original gang members. Let's not forget about
Hmm.
Al Capone, Bugs Moran. You know, when blacks wasn't even in gangs, you had our white folks shooting up each other all through Chicago with Tommy guns,
Hmm.
machine guns. Let's not forget the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Believe it or not, that's celebrated still in
Hmm.
Chicago. It's not discouraged, it's celebrated. And Al Capone is bragged on, and black folks wasn't in gangs then. Then when white folks got smart and decided that, you know what, we might as well get out of these Italian and Irish gangs and let's become the politicians because they actually became the politicians in Chicago.
Hmm.
Then black people just kind of picked it up from that point where they left off at, and it became the South Side, North Side, East Side, West Side, and
Hmm.
they started, killing each other. And they dump a bunch of crack and dope inside the community. A
Hmm.
Crabtree says it's called the Jets and the Sharks. Is that what it's called? The Jets and the Sharks. I know it's West Side Story, so I know that's the movie because I watched it. My kid made me watch that. And I used to crack up. They had the little switchblades and skin tight jeans.
Hmm. Little leather jackets and
Yeah,
varsity jackets. They wore the leather jackets. The other people wore the varsity jackets.
and the other people had Mustangs, and the other
Hmm.
people they had to walk or ride the bike or a raggedy motorcycle,
Yeah.
and they were trying to kill each other because one set had a couple of dollars and the other set didn't have a couple of dollars. And so if that story is true, then white there gangs and white communities. Of course, we know the essays are out
Exactly.
there. So
Exactly. They just didn't promote it. Let me say something. Let me get in there real quick. There was a time where white people music was full of drugs, taking drugs, suicide. You don't see that no more. They made them people stop making that type of music. Every time you turn around, take a pill, suicide, I want to die. They don't do that. They don't promote that type of music no more. You don't. What happened to Marilyn Manson? They got rid of him. They don't promote him no more. They don't Eminem. They made him calm down. The pill popping. They don't. He was part of that whole mushroom pill type movement. They don't promote that shit no more. But they still allow gang violence to come out. They
So
still
when
put
you when
that
you
out.
when you going into rock music like that, any song in particular that stands out that you think they promoted in the white community?
I'm just like a pill.
Okay.
I'm just like a pill. Instead of making me sick, instead of making me better, you keep making me ill.
Wow, man.
Yeah,
So now they just promoting Taylor Swift, huh?
of course they don't let that shit come out no more. But all our drug dealers can talk about taking lean pills. If you don't talk about it, they don't put you out. Look at that.
That's lean, man. That's what you
I
eat.
know. That's what I'm saying.
Put it in some Sprite.
Look what I'm talking about. It ain't got nothing to do with the rap music. It's the people. It's the people. I, I'm guilty of wanting to protect the people. It's not the music. It's the people. We got to get rid of the people. We got to stop acting like our kids ain't out here gang banging. We got to stop saying little Tim ain't doing nothing. He was a good kid when we know he not. We got to tell little Tim, you walking around with them with your kids, you got to stop hanging out with them gangbangers because you can be guilty by association. We got to stop harboring that shit.
You're absolutely right. So we're coming to y'all again today with the stat story out of Forest Hill, Texas, which is in the area of Fort Worth. This young man and his baby girl, 5 years old, yesterday was gunned down. One witness at the scene said that they heard anywhere from 20 to 30 shots in their direction. You see that right here. A witness at the scene said they heard around 20 to 30 gunshots, you know, at that little direction. Then I guess if the family want us to know, they'll let us know how many bullets hit this little baby. And we're just hoping that people in Dallas, Fort Worth, get up and get involved with the governor and do something unprecedented that ain't never been done before that'll send shockwaves through the nation. And maybe this won't happen again. Anything you want to say, Chef?
Yeah, the satanic music, that's what's up. That's what rap is now. All right, so Black Sam, I don't know if y'all don't know who Black Sam is. He's an influencer, an entrepreneur, Nipsey Hussle's brother. Recently, he just opened up a marathon burger joint
That's
on
right.
his grand on his grand opening in front of for the world to see. He got into a gang altercation, a violent that could turn very violent, and because of that, something could possibly happen. So you're saying people shouldn't go to burgers, or people shouldn't support the person? You got
No,
to stop.
what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is that I wouldn't have never went to Marathon Burger to get at anybody knowing that children would be there. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm
See,
not
to
talking
me,
about you. I'm not talking about
I
you. I'm
know,
talking.
yeah, but I'm saying this is where angle that I think people are coming from. It's not even necessarily the murder. You know, maybe there was some beef in the streets. It's more or less where it took place, endangering other people. So let's say I had a problem. I wouldn't go to the Marathon Burger because the little kids could be in there eating French fries or drinking a milkshake. But
Right. That's
when I see you, and I'm gonna see you somewhere because towns and cities are small. It's a whole nother ball game. You ain't gonna be with your daughter. I'm gonna look you in the eye. You gonna look me in the eye. And when I see you, I'm gonna see you. But I'm not going to no library. I'm not going to no church. I'm not going to no Marathon Burger. I'm not going nowhere like that where little babies are gonna be. That's what I'm talking about. And
and
that's
that's
what
my
people
point. That's
right.
my point. That's my point. I'm saying it's the people because the burger joint is just the burger joint, but they'll have you believe don't go to this burger joint because it's a violent place. No, the people are violent.
Right. But you know that's
So
politics anyway, and they try to destroy everything that family do anyway. You know they couldn't destroy the marathon, so they try to get at the burger joint because it's been reported and revealed by other people that they were trying to extort Nipsey Hussle and stuff like that, and they
right,
probably still trying to extort his family because they are hustling. They're trying to make it do what it do.
Okay,
And
so why does the world have to know about Drake's and
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar's beef? Why? Why did America share that?
I can tell you why, because that's just a damn publicity stunt,
It, it's
and
rap.
everybody's falling into it's a publicity stunt because the only people getting paid is Drake and Kendrick Lamar. We ain't getting paid.
They gotta sell violence.
Exactly. So
It's
they're being
violence. It's
paid.
the selling of violence to
Exactly.
America to show two black men fighting against each other. I'm not gonna let people talk about ban this and that, and they don't know what they're talking about. Why do you think that they promote violence between two black people and you ain't never seen two white men up there doing that? Come on, people. You ain't never seen Justin Bieber fight fucking, you know, another white artist for the world to see and know. We got to start harboring these criminals in our own homes. Because the more we accept that they going out this door gangbanging with their pants sagging, colors flagging, finger throwing, hood repping, ass back in their house when they out there causing destruction. Because the first thing they gonna do when they get locked up is cry to their mamas. All of that gangster stuff drops the moment they get locked up. Everybody's a gangster until they get caught. Accept accountability. Let's change these kids. Let's hold these kids accountable for their actions out here in these streets. You can't come to my house. I don't blame any parent that tells their child or calls the police on their child that they can't deal with and give them to the system because their blood is not going to be on my hand. But you keep on festering and turning the other cheeks, and when it's your kid that's being murdered or locked up, then you'll understand what I'm talking about now. That's a scapegoat, and it's an excuse for us to not parent our own children in our homes and in our communities.
I agree, man. I agree wholeheartedly. But we're gonna keep you up to date with what if we learn anything. If we learn who it is today that actually they issued a warrant. They initially said they weren't going to tell us who it was until they issued a warrant. Then they issued a warrant yesterday and still didn't give the name. So we can't get the name out on the internet. But as soon as the name is given, we're going to get the name and image and photo out on the internet so the public can go to work and we can get whoever this is. And I am actually rooting for the death penalty, nothing short of the
Give
death
me the
penalty
name. I'll call the police. Give me the name.
for
Shit.
killing this baby, this little beautiful 5-year-old baby. This is a baby, and there ain't gonna be no excuse in the world. I'm gonna let somebody give me for somebody to kill this little baby, but who enjoyed being with her daddy. You know, daddy and daughter donut day. Man, I thought that was so cute. I could barely watch it. It was kind of when I watched the video. I started to play the video of her and her little friend there. I think her little friend was sad because her little daddy couldn't be there. That's her little friend to the right side of her over there, and there's he being daddy to a little friend and to her as well too, and my heart is heavy because this 5-year-old little girl took bullets because somebody was evidently trying to shoot her father. But in my belief and the way I feel, if he was in a public place like that, you were gonna kill everybody that was with him. So I think that I believe they want to kill her too because you could have made precautions to make this didn't happen. You know, there are other things there that bother me, like the time that they may have been there. Uh, if they were following him, then they had to know she got in the car. I mean, there's some issues here, but nevertheless, this little baby was shot at. They say one witness said that there were about 20 to 30 bullets that were shot at them that took them out, and it's just sad. And Chef is right. We need to stop gang banging. in the African American community, period. And I think that these artists, y'all need to watch out what y'all put in y'all lyrics and stuff like that, because it's causing even more children to die now, allegedly. So, nevertheless, as soon as we find out anything more, if the police make an arrest or what have we, we're going to bring it to you guys, let you guys know. But y'all be on the lookout. Check your kids, call the school, make sure your kid's safe. I mean, make sure your kids where they're supposed to be. And if you're a guy who's living this kind of lifestyle, don't even hang out with your kids.
Right. I tell you what, let them take rap music away. Y'all can take it, ban it. I guarantee I put money on it. You still gonna have the same motherfucking problem. You need to stop being dumb out here. Take rap music away. I give you that. So you have nothing else to point at when something else like this happens. Take it. Take it. Who you gonna point at when it keeps happening? When it happens at a more alarming rate.
Well, if you take rap music away and never had it, a lot of tragedies like this didn't happen, period.
If you take rap music away, Tanique, there's still going to be gang banging. Little
Well,
little
well,
kids were being killed by stray bullets
all you
before
gotta
rap
do
music
is
even started.
all you gotta do is go back. You can start in the '60s, and most of the black kids that were killed by white folks bombing churches. They weren't killed by black people, and that didn't happen until they took rap and changed rap from rap music. And instead of just finding people who could rap, they wanted real gangsters to rap and turn it to gangster rap. And now I got the drill music talking about folks, dead people, and people's emotions get crazy and they don't care who they shoot.
When they started glorifying what they should have been stopping, gang violence. It's not gangster rap, it's gang violence.
Exactly.
They glorified gang violence. It's glorified gang violence. It is the only. I don't understand what people don't see. If you want to say I don't want to buy your record because you're on there throwing gang signs and doing this, I'm all for that. That's called accountability. But if you want to say they shouldn't do it on rap videos, but you allow your kid to go to school and still do it, that not calling the pot calling the kettle black? The
That's
same
definitely
parents that'll say, "Oh, that gang rap, that gangster rap," they kids going to school gang banging like a motherfucker.
right. Basically, what I'm saying is that if your music is going to trigger uh, somebody, you know, to go shoot somebody, or you doing something like drill, I don't know.
Exactly,
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying. How do you ever allow people to get on their videos with guns, bro, without them coming in to investigate that from the beginning?
But well, they did investigate that, but they use prop guns as
They
well too in those videos.
they allow that to be the excuse. That's called turning the other cheek. Because just like they faking sometimes with these prop guns. I know they faking with prop guns. Those is real guns. And if I want to say, oh no, those is prop guns to protect and harbor the criminals, then I'm a part of the problem too. I know those are not prop guns, bro. And
So
some of them got
you
more artillery than the police stations that's trying to police them.
so you believe that's a real AK he got in his hand?
Okay, Tanique.
I'm just asking. I'm just
Oh
asking,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Jeff said that's real, so he should be arrested on the scene, huh?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so okay, I
Oh
feel
yeah.
what you're saying now.
Oh yeah. Look at
I feel
that.
what you're saying now. Okay, I dig it. And even
Come
for
on,
a holding that music,
that's an illegal drug right there.
yeah, they glorified in the music. You're right. Smoking
That's
weed,
illegal.
yeah, weed is definitely legal in Texas. That's for sure.
Come
You
on
go to
now.
jail. You go to jail for a roach in Texas. They'll react
Exactly.
faster over a blunt. This is true. Ask anybody. They'll react faster over a blunt in Texas than they will over a gun shot to a little child.
Mm.
It'd be 20 cops trying to arrest you because you had a roach in your car from a marijuana stick. 20
Hmm.
cops. Now, a little kid has been shot. You think that the Texas Highway Patrol, the county, Dallas, Fort Worth, Frisco, Tarrant County, all of them would release all their manpower to track
Exactly.
down. Nope. But if you got some weed on you, they do that. They'd be coming at you tough. So, nevertheless, we're reporting on this because we want Lil Ronnie to find justice. That's what we're looking for. And her
Justice
father
for our
to
money.
find justice for our money. That's right. Little baby here with her father, Lil Ronnie, rapper out of Fort Worth. She innocently was gunned down with her father. And if nobody else cares, Tanique Reviews cares. And
Jeff
we're
Disaster
going
kid too.
Jeff Disaster, he cares, and we're gonna like I say, if we get a name or anything, we're gonna be on the phone, or I'm gonna be on the phone with the White House today. So y'all see a man get arrested because he called in the White House. That was probably me, because I'm gonna be on there today. I'm just letting you know when you see it. That's probably me. They're gonna be quoting my government name because I'm gonna blast somebody at the. I'm a Republican, so I'm gonna be blasting somebody at the White House to take gang violence or as Shep was talking about, gang banging, as well as the mob and all that shit, and throw it into domestic terrorism so we can do something in the communities. That's all you got to do is make it domestically terrorism, and we could put a stop to that in less than a couple of weeks if you did that.
Exactly.
If
Hold
you
them
did
accountable.
that, if you did that, the police department would unleash the Marine Corps, and it would all come to a very swift and quick end. And so, again, if y'all hear somebody was arrested because he called in the White House, that was me. So I'm letting you know ahead of time, because I'm finna start blowing it up. About 30 minutes after I drink my coffee and I get off the phone and want to see something done, I'm also going to call the governor of Texas, and I'm also going to call the governor of Alabama about non-disclosure agreements and stuff when it comes to Andy Stone being killed as well, too. So I don't know. They may come get me, and y'all know why. Nevertheless, to all my subs and to all my followers, I say one nation. One nation,
One
Chef.
nation. One nation.
This is about a shooting at a car wash that left 2 people dead today. It was in Forest Hill. Police say tonight they have identified one single suspect. They have issued a capital murder warrant for the arrest. Our Aaron Jones now hearing from some neighbors who say that they are scared, especially about a recent spike in crime.
Becky Johnson says just before 11 a.m., she heard gunshots outside her Forest Hill home.
I heard 6 the first time, and then it was like a half a second to a second. I heard 6 more.
She watched as first responders and police quickly arrived at Slappy's car wash. Police say 2 suspects exited a white 4-door Kia and approached the victim's vehicle parked in a bay. The suspects opened fire before driving away. The family of 30-year-old Chucky Smith tells us both he and his 5-year-old daughter were killed.
All we know is that he was charged. He was doing the car, cleaning the car out, and somebody came through shooting and killed him and the baby.
Smith is a local rapper who goes by Lil Ronnie. He's gained a large following on social media, and tributes to both him and his daughter are pouring in.
Got my little Valentine's with me today.
Just a few weeks ago, they shared a special moment, attending Donuts with Daddy at his daughter's school.
He was a good kid, y'all. He was. He didn't bother nobody. He didn't. Him and that baby.
Those who live nearby are now expressing concern for their safety. Forest Hill police say there's 5 homicides this year compared to 0 last year.
It's time to move. Wish I had the money to move.
As police investigate this latest shooting, Slappy's management has released a statement which says, "We are shocked, appalled, and deeply troubled by the senseless and violent events that occurred today. Right now, there are more questions than answers." In Forest Hill, Aaron Jones, CBS News, Texas.
That's what we see Jay-Z has done. That's what we see Puff has done. The music don't become how you pay the bills. It's a lot of pressure off of it. You got other things bringing in income, you can make music.
This
So
new
it's
song
part
with
of
Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face. Like what the fuck is going on? Who told you that song and did you know all along? And why did your bitch sell that painting 2 weeks after he was gone? I'm gonna tell you what it feels like. It feels a little fishy. Feels like something's going on ever since that John Legend song and college prediction of a Grammy. If you ask me, I can't stand him. Seems a little weird. Question number 1, why is there no blood? Question number 2, Sam left in the AM is true, but you're talking about the shit's all up in the afternoon. Don't trip, we're gonna find out the truth soon. Who did what to who? Did they plan to eat the chili fries or was it just a surprise? Can you see the lies of witness in a cowboy's eyes? Are we gonna just sit here and forget? Are we gonna ride like Nip said? It's a little weird that the judge quit, handing out immunities like candy makes me sick. I got a lot of unanswered questions like, why's the footage all grit and I can't see shit? Who the fuck is that white man in that white BMW? Probably was the FBI. Yeah, I noticed that white guy, and I noticed the car wasn't in the pictures when they showed them afterwards. They thought we would forget, they got that shit backwards. They weren't expecting me to drop this track and raise all these questions with my Mac words. I'm really mobbing through LA smoking backwoods. I've been doing this shit all my life. TMC, AMI. You might just see an empty parking lot when you ride by. Well, me, I see way more. I see an independently owned store. I see the community taking power back, whether you're white, Mexican, Asian, or black. As long as you're not blue. Good ones, there might be a few, but from my life experience, I'm like, fuck that. I'm not defending Eric, but what's the fucking delay? They requested a quick trial, it's been over 800 days. They try to distract us in so many clever, creative ways. Yeah, you got your Grammy, and now you're a billionaire. But what about the families that are still living there? Seems a little unfair, just a little something to compare. I never seen a fireman wearing a bulletproof vest. Yes, the shit to me seems a little suspect. The shit's a little weird. Crisis actors taking away our fathers, making our child some bastards, killing creative men and women for their masters. The waves that Nip wrote in, you didn't know where to begin. A bunch of new chapters. You didn't think about what would happen after. We would put the pieces together on your transparent bullshit. I can see right through it, like the clear blue sky in the LA sunny weather, where the palm trees swing side to side and we ride together on a white horse or a double R hearse in a foreign car. Either way, you gotta be on guard because they're on tap for anyone who's brown or black with tats. Everybody sees it, but nobody wants to attack. It's sad if you ask. We all gotta blast back. We're in the game, but we can't touch the ball. Seems a little unfair if you ask me, that's all. So take your ignorant ass to YouTube and type in Tanika Views to get the real news. We're doing the shit for justice, not views. Sharing knowledge and coming together, that's the real tool. He tried to lead us to the lake, so don't sleep on the knowledge that he gave to me and you. He wanted us to learn from his mistakes, so with our new knowledge, good decisions we could make. And also one thing I wanted to say myself, they killed Dr. Sebi because he was teaching health. Assassins, they come in all shapes and sizes, big booties, hips and thighs. Oh, you're Diddy's girl, right? Oh yeah, John Legend, some things happen at your video shoot. I got a couple questions for you. All those strings you pulled, you still can't make a rap hit. You punk ass little bitch, you probably got a little dick. All the shit that you have to did. This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face. This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face.